I'll tell you all a story of a great man known to us. You could say that he was big and strong and never caused a fuss. The doctor said they'd keep him, treat this illness that had cursed him. Trish said no. Naomi, Niall and Sam and I will take him home and nurse him. When he went to meet his maker, he'd live life with no great sin. We salute you, Patrick Cleary. You'll be missed in Corofin. In the church that Monday morning, all the town folk packed within. They came to bid their last farewell from Ruan and Inchiquin. Brendan Carney's voice sang sweet and low, John Green's an octave higher. But the sweetest voice we heard that day was Naomi's in the choir. As we headed out the Cork Road and we left sweet Corofin, there was many a sad heart broken, not a tear was held within. Niall was at the forefront, cars behind you could not count, as we took Pat on his final trip to his home in Sandymount. Look left, look right, John Green says, Brendan Carney's leading us. 'Twas then that I got worried and I caused a mighty fuss, 'cause we were on our way to church. I didn't want to curse, but he just mistook him as the 626 for a double-decker bus. So when we reached the big smoke, a toller did block. The attendant saw us coming and he got an awful shock. For many a hearse he'd seen before with flowers in the back, but ne'er a hearse with bowrons, banjos, flutes and fiddles stacked up on the rack. We told him get a move on, hurry up and let us in. We've come to bring Pat home to rest, we're the boys from Corofin. When we drove by O'Connell Bridge, two lassies we did pass. They were all dressed up with high-heel shoes, mini skirts up to their. Seeing the hearse approach, they blessed themselves and got a fright, as we all roared out the windows, we'll catch up with ye tonight. We reached our destination and placed Pat inside the church. We headed back to the Burlington, it was so grand and plush. The receptionist, she met us with a smile, she checked us in. If she knew what she was in for, we're the boys from Corofin. Look left, look right, John Green says, Brendan Carney's leading us. 'Twas then that I got worried and I caused a mighty fuss, 'cause we were on our way to church. I didn't want to curse, but he just mistook him as the 626 for a double-decker bus. Now Niall said, don't be long, lads, wash your face and shave your chin. We're heading off to O'Reilly's pub, if we're late we won't get in. Taxi cabs were lined up, we piled into 3 and 4. And when the driver said where to, lads, John Malone said hit the floor. When we reached O'Reilly's pub, we settled all around, and when I looked for my guitar, 'twas nowhere to be found. I said I'd go and ask John Green if he had it in the car. Then I was told himself Sean Custy and Mick Nestor were in the wrong O'Reilly's bar. Now Frank Custy cranked the banjo and he played some lovely tunes, and he raised the tempo up when Teresa played the spoons. When Michael sang the jug of punch, his emotion really showed, and you could hear a whisper sigh when Frank sang Regal and Roll. The barman said, "You're brilliant lads, your music's quite a mix. O'Reilly's pub ain't seen the like since 1926. Look left, look right, John Green says, Brendan Carney's leading us. 'Twas then that I got worried and I caused a mighty fuss, 'cause we were on our way to church. I didn't want to curse, but he just mistook him as the 626 for a double-decker bus. After breakfast the next morning, in the car park running late, Brendan put the swipe card in and jammed the bloody gate. The serviceman came out to look, he gave it such a clout. 10 cars then started blowing horns, we roared, "Just let us out." When we reached the church we ran inside a minute to the hour. The priest he raised his eyebrows up, "Dear God, what a shower." But he quickly changed his mind when he proceeded with the mass. As when Zara played the violin, it was a touch of class. Pat's neighbours up in Sandymount turned up and showed their face. You could feel their sad emotion when I sang Amazing Grace. Maria Mack stood next to me and sang so sweet and cute, you could almost hear a pin drop when Mick Nestor played a flute. Now Vivian, Ken and Frida stood with Tom and Cora Brave, and each bid her last farewell to Pat with a rose upon his grave. Look left, look right, John Green says, Brendan Carney's leading us. 'Twas then that I got worried and I caused a mighty fuss, 'cause we were on our way to church. I didn't want to curse, but he just mistook him as the 626 for a double-decker bus. Now Pat is in a better place. He's with the man above. He's sitting high with Pat and Dave, on each shoulder a white dove. One day St. Peter came to them, said, "Hush lads, be not here the din." Pat smiled and turned and whispered, "I think that's music being played by the boys and girls of Corofin." We salute you, Patrick Cleary, you'll be missed in Corofin.